Hi, my lovely friend. I want us to talk a little bit about the importance of small goals, right? Small goals are absolutely important, yeah? And I think they're absolutely important because they move you forward. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that I think they help you believe more in yourself. And then as you achieve those goals, you start aiming for bigger goals. So I had a goal this year. I made a goal this year specifically. So I have 120 goals. I don't know if I've said this before. For the year, right? Those were set in the beginning of the year, and of course, throughout the year, some are achieved and then they need to mature and develop. So there's like five more goals because of one goal was achieved, and so on. So, but I want to speak specifically about the small goals. We put goals, we set goals according to our confidence, we set goals according to our belief in ourselves, we set goals according to what we believe we are capable of. And I guess that's why motivational speakers will say things like think big, dream big, set huge goals, like set goals that you don't think you could achieve actually, you know, like have this impossible goal because you might just hit it. The thing is, you might just hit it. So I want us to speak about the small goals though. Small goals. So I had a goal. It's a very simple goal because the aim was to monetize my Facebook, which currently it is. My whole thing was post consistently and then reach 1 million people in a month. And I'll tell you that I did that and I ended up reaching 13 million. So that's more than 10x of what I had set for myself to do. And I wanted to do that within a year. But in July, I actually hit that specific mark. How crazy is that? I monetized the account. I think now it's been monetized for about maybe 40 days and it's sitting at around $700. How crazy is that? So the point was just to monetize, not even to make money, just to monetize and sit in a position where I can then start working on making the money on the platform. But I think that was pretty dope. It was pretty dope, and that's the inspiration for this video, to say that small goals are necessary. To put a goal and say tomorrow I'm going to jog 10 kilometers in the morning, it's quite a small goal. It's probably almost nothing. But to see yourself do that over 10 days, over 20 days, over a month, you start building confidence. You might even consider the next marathons, you know. So I actually want to speak about thinking small versus thinking big, because when you think small, like I said, you set the goals according to your confidence and what you believe you are capable of. But as soon as you achieve that thing, here's the other thing, as soon as you achieve that goal, nothing really massive changes in your life, you know. And that's why I'm not sure who it is who said don't set goals, because once you achieve the goal you stop. Rather have a system in place so that even when the goal is achieved you are able to keep going, which I don't really subscribe to. I understand and I love the systems thinking part, but I still think goals are important even if the goal is small, because like I said, it's a gradual understanding of yourself. You start investing more, you start having more confidence, you start setting more goals. The goals even mature, like I said. Initially, you just want to jog in the morning. After a month or 2 months of believing in yourself and seeing that you can actually do the things that you said you're going to do, the goal matures, and all of a sudden you want to now run and you want to start preparing for a marathon, maybe even a half marathon. You can set those things on your phone, and once you achieve that, you can maybe start even considering, oh, I'm going to go for the ocean marathon next year, and you start preparing for it. So you keep going nonetheless. So it doesn't necessarily mean if it's systemized, then you're gonna keep going. and if it's just a goal, you're gonna stop. That's a lie. I don't believe in that. Allow the goals to mature, allow your confidence to start guiding you, because now you realize I was probably thinking small of myself. I thought I could achieve, I thought it was going to be difficult for me to achieve this one thing, and within half the year, I achieved 10 times this thing. So it means I need to think now 30 times and challenge myself to see if I can do that. And the importance of that is that you start dreaming even bigger. It's not just about goals, because it's not just about that one particular goal. It's going to be about multiple goals, which means now your mindset has even changed, which means your mindset have even changed, which means your habits and your behavior have changed, which means your vision is maturing. A lot more happens, because everything affects everything in your life that you do. So it's one of those things. It's really one of those things. I want to speak a little bit about property. So I really I love property, right? But I don't love property. Okay, whatever. I love property. I enjoy watching civil engineering projects. I enjoy watching real estate programs. I enjoy all that, and it'll never stop blowing my mind to know that there are people who are buying properties worth like $20 million, $100 million. Like, it is mind blowing to know that people are buying houses at those levels, whether for a portfolio or for a home. But for your mind to get there, the small things must make sense first. Like, I have this habit of looking at like the most expensive lives on the planet, and then I'll go and watch the most poorest of the poorest, and I'll just try to juxtaposition those two, and that to me then becomes that gradual thing to say a lot of people on the planet are at the bottom of the bottom, right? But even those who are at the top, they will tell you about where they came from, what they had to do, and how they had to build, and how they are living these lives they never imagined, and all of those things. But you realize that they also had to believe in themselves, and they had to believe that it's possible. Not just possible, but possible for them as well. Like, can you imagine if you are like poor and you are on the internet or on the TV, and you see people quad biking on deserts, and you see people surfing on oceans, and you see people living in like glass houses where there's a whole closet, that's the size of your house. It's crazy. And they're flying everywhere, and they're living in these hills, and skyrise apartments and all those things. As a poor person, your thinking would be, wait, is this earth, like, are these human beings who are like me? Are we living on the same planet? Like, what's going on? So I love doing that to myself. I love watching like the low of the low, and then watching the high of the high. I think it does something to the mind, and it just shows the progression. For a person to be, let's say, a property mogul who buys like 100 millions worth of properties, they probably also started with just their home, and they're like, how much does this home really cost? What contributes to the cost of this house? Okay, what if I have like a couple of rooms to rent at the back of my house? And then the next thing you know, this person is building malls, this person is like, in the game over time, So small goals and small dreams are fine. They are really okay, because you also think and set goals according to your understanding of the world and your conceptualization of the reality and many other realities that exist out there. But the more you achieve and the more you go forward, the more you expose your mind, and the more you grow your mind, and you you widen your horizon and you start thinking a bit differently about yourself, about life, about your goals and all those things. So do not underestimate small goals. If your goal is to wake up an hour earlier every single day, please do that. Please do that. It does not matter how small it is. If your goal is to read 5 pages every day, please read those 5 pages about anything and everything. If you're trying to save 20 rands a month, 200 rands a month, 2000, do it. Please do it. No matter how small you think the goal is, just set it out to be a goal amongst many others and then get that thing done. Get that thing done consistently over and over, and soon you'll realize that, oh no, there's actually more that I can do. I've proven that I can be in grade 1. I'm ready to graduate to grade 2, and you'll go to grade 2. And as soon as you get to grade 2, you realize, oh, I thought grade 3 was intimidating, but here I am, grade 2, and I'm going to grade 3 next year. And that's the case all the way. Because in this life thing, guys, you're gonna have to keep going. And you shouldn't just keep going. You need to keep going forward, which means you need to do bigger things than what you're currently doing. You need to do the next best thing after what you're currently doing. I just want to wish you luck. I want to remind you that the little steps that you are making are contributing to how your mind operates, and it is changing your reality little by little. But you gotta add on. You really gotta get on. You gotta add on, and you gotta keep going with the small habits and the small goals, and let them grow and let them mature and let them multiply, and your whole world will open up.